have the power to shape our world by the words that we speak. Millions of people speak words every single day, and they don't even realize the impact that their words have until they see the evidence of it. Tyrone Bowman, your inspirational, motivational teacher. What are you speaking into existence? That's the question in this topical series I'm going to be talking about. What are you speaking into existence? Health, happiness, success, love, joy, prosperity, and money. These things are not hard to obtain if you know how to use the power of your words. Millions of people every day speak negative things into existence. And because it doesn't happen right away, they don't realize the impact that their words have until they see the evidence of what their words have brought into fruition. Why is it that in America people think that it is so hard to eke out a living when in reality it's not? We all have a mind. The problem is most people will not use their minds. As an inspirational, motivational teacher, I simply have one desire. That is to inspire and to motivate men and women from all walks of life, irregardless of who you are, irregardless of what you are, irregardless of your ethnicity, your age, your origin, your color, irregardless of your sexual identification. I want to encourage you, irregardless of your religious affiliation or faith. I want to encourage you to start pursuing with excellence the predestinated plan for your life that was always on the inside of you, and we've all, including myself, and I'm beginning to change the way I think and the way I speak. Why? Because this world is filled with doubt, fear, engulfed, sauteed, bathed, fried, sliced and diced with unbelief. The news media continues to inundate you and I all day and all night with nothing but war, dismay, pandemonium, confusion. And all the time, the profiteers are behind the scenes, laughing all the way to the bank. Why? Because they've got the whole world in disarray. You become distracted. And this is why I decided to revamp this YouTube channel. No longer will I be bringing topical news. No longer will I talk about the things that are happening in society unless they're of an urgent nature and of an urgent matter. From here on out, it's inspiration and motivation. And if individuals don't like this channel, then I would advise them, go to a channel where you're inundated all day and all night with fear, doubt, unbelief, lawlessness, failure, because that's what society will constantly present you with day and night. They're not going to tell you to achieve your goals. They're not going to tell you that you don't have to become a part of your environmental surroundings. They're not going to tell you that you don't have to become stigmatized or marginalized because of politics. All jokes aside, ladies and gentlemen, there is only one power that matters in America. It's green power. The power of green. And you're never going to get it. You're never going to have it. You're never going to be able to achieve it until you learn and understand what you're speaking into existence or bringing forth into your life. Don't tell me that we're not shaped by our words. Yes, we are. We use our mind all the time, and we think about what we're going to say before we say it. And then people are surprised after they have spoken 15,000 negative words per day that things don't work out for them. Why? And then when it doesn't work out, you know what they say? I knew it wasn't going to work out anyway. The reason why you knew it wasn't going to work out because then you work out. Yes, there are going to be hurdles to overcome. Yes, there are going to be trials. There are going to be tests. There are going to be setbacks. Yes, there are going to be disappointments of every kind. But we have to have the ability to say what you mean what you say. Do you think the world's greatest entrepreneurs and discoveries of innovative technology gave up when something first didn't work? I remember reading the story about the late Steve Jobs, and his invention of Apple, what has become known as Apple, the Macintosh, etc. He failed more than he succeeded. But he believed in the ability of the word that he spoke to himself in his mind. I am a genius. And he believed it. What are you speaking to yourself? This is the question. What are you speaking to yourself when you're alone by yourself and no one is with you? What are the thoughts of your mind? What are you saying to yourself in the middle of the night? We all have every opportunity to allow fear, doubt, unbelief, lack, want, disparity, anxiety, worry, stress, emblematic disappointments to rule our mind. Or it can be just the opposite. Millions of people go through life every single day, not realizing the power of their words. What you speak ultimately is what you're going to have. Now, I came on here with one particular scripture in mind, but I'm going to change it right now because I think this one that I'm going to look up while talking is apropos for the foundation of this teaching series. It's not a lecture. I'm a teacher. I'm not here to lecture you. Because each and every one of us have dreams. Each and every one of us have goals. We have plans. We have visions. We have hopes. We have dreams. And we want to succeed. The problem is most people don't succeed because they give up. Even if you pop in here for a quick second and leave, you still heard something that can ignite passion for progress, passion for success, passion. It's called a seed. I'm planting a seed in your mind for you to change the way that you think and the way that you talk. If you don't start changing the way that you think and start changing the way that you talk, you're going to have the fruit of that which you speak. Oh, this is real. And it's not a joke. All right, let me find what I'm looking for. Oops, I'm on the wrong page. Let me find exactly what I'm looking for. Go to Google. I want to type this in real quick. I'm not in a hurry to teach this. I'm going to take my time. And I'm going to teach it right. Because I've seen too many people give up on their goals. People who want to be singers and dancers and entertainers and recording artists and songwriters, and they just quit. I remember hearing the story of Kenny Rogers, and reading the story of Kenny Rogers, the late Kenny Rogers. When he started out, people, they didn't think anything of him. They didn't think he had anything special. And that wasn't even the name that he started out with. His name was changed in order to suit the build. Same thing with Willie Nelson. He started out as a clean cut, all around American man. It didn't work. He went and changed his whole image. The late Jerry Springer started out as an ordinary talk show host, going up against Oprah. People found him to be boring, even though he was a highly educated lawyer, former politician, an anchor person, etc., who became a talk show host. And he had to revamp his image, and you know that the rest was history. So the question is, what are you speaking to yourself? You may be watching me here in America, around the world, Japan, Egypt, Singapore, Africa, Nigeria, Jamaica, China, North Korea, South Korea. May even be watching me in prison, in the prison library. Start changing the way that you speak. Start changing the way that you think. Start changing the way that you act. Start changing the way that you engage yourself with your words. If you tell yourself that you're a failure, you must become a failure. If you tell yourself that you can't succeed, you will not succeed. If you tell yourself that you're nothing, then you'll be nothing. If you tell yourself you don't know why you were born and you didn't have a purpose for living, ultimately, it will engulf your spirit with depression, worry, fear, and stress. But when you make up in your mind and when you purpose in your heart, I've read all the books, The Secret, Think and Grow Rich, The Master Key to Riches, etc. I've studied the principles. I'm studying the Constitution constantly. I'm going to get back to doing it. Because, listen to me, my black brothers and sisters. Now I want to talk directly to you. Why are you destroying your lives? Why are you allowing society to make a fool out of you? Why are you allowing lawlessness in your own personal lives to become the norm? Our ancestors, who were brought from Africa to this nation, had less than what we have. And they came through the horrors and the peril of slavery and enslavement, degradation, humiliation, being a part of a thing, property, willed from one generation to another, stripped of identity, stripped of culture, stripped of faith, stripped of dignity, stripped of religion. I read something a few days ago about Wall Street that I did not know. They're down in the basement. That's where they kept the slaves that they sold on the auction blocks. They were the stock. They were the commodity. And if they could come through all that with dignity and still succeed, why are you allowing what they call music? It's nothing but garbage. And you know who's benefiting from all the gangster rap and the degradation and the filth and calling yourself all kind of names. What is Juneteenth? Shouldn't be another day just to dance and have a barbecue and a picnic. We shouldn't even be celebrating picnics. I'm going to talk about picnics and its origin one day. And when I finish with it, you'll never want to celebrate another picnic as long as you live. Know the origin of things. Know the power of the spoken word. Up, you mighty race. Quote, unquote. Who spoke those words? Booker T. Washington. You need to read his book entitled Up from Slavery. You have what it takes to succeed. You have what it takes to overcome. Health, happiness, success, prosperity, love, joy, and money can be yours if you desire it. You have to desire success. You have to want it. Not at all cost, because some people are not succeeding correctly. They're doing it the wrong way. Now, I have a passage of scripture here that I'm going to read, and I'm going to close this segment out. Here it is, right here. In the book of Proverbs, according to the Holy Writ, the 18th chapter, in the 21st verse. And I quote, in a few seconds that is, I want to see you succeed. More importantly, God himself wants you to succeed. The Almighty, the Infinite, the Divine, the Sovereign, the Exalted One, the Righteous One, the Divine One, the Divine Ruler, the Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. He wants you to succeed and prosper in everything good. Yes, you can have it all when you have the right mindset. A lot of people are successful, but they're not enjoying the success because of the way they got it. Oh, you didn't hear me. A lot of people are successful, but they're not enjoying that success because the way they acquired it or achieved it. The book of Proverbs, the 18th chapter, and the 21st verse says, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Quote, close quote. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. What are you speaking? Now that is the archaic King James Version. Now I'm going to speak through another translation. Proverbs, the 18th chapter, in the 21st verse. Quote, death and life are in the power of the tongue. Those who love to use it will eat its fruitage. What do you love to speak? Listen, death and life. Death and life. Death symbolizes the finality, the closure. Life symbolizes newness, vitality, hope. What are you speaking in your world, in your mind? What would you like to be, to do, and to have? Pardon me. What would you like to excel at? Your career, your passion, your goals? What would you love to be in this life that you think that you can achieve? And I'm letting you know that you can. The choice is yours. Make the decision. Don't let others decide for you. You decide for yourself. Whatever your calling is, for those of you that are called to be spiritual and religious leaders, don't spend all your time damning people to hell and telling them that they're worthless and no good while you're getting rich off of their so-called misery. You have the power and the authority divinely within you to overcome any and all things. The choice is yours. Never surrender. Never.